Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Lori Eberly, founder of Radius and co-author of Fuckery. And we're spending some episodes running through, defining, and exploring bad habits that hold you back. Bad habits that damage trust. Bad habits that make you a jackass at work. Any and all of the above. So to do that, we are using the tool of the Fuckery deck, which you can find online or in the appendix in the back of the book, or right here if you don't feel like going anywhere else. We'll do 3 each episode, except sometimes we might need one episode for a really big one, and I don't know, maybe we'll mix it up. But that's the rhythm and the flow of what we got going on here. Okay, today I'm going to reach into the Fuckery deck, and we're going to discuss. Sorry, got 2. I don't like that one. See, that's how this works. If I don't like it, we're not going to talk about it. Okay, here is what I've been waiting for. That right there, y'all, can you see it? Yeah. Those 3 are beyond the scope of the book. What we have here is bribing, fraud, and embezzling. That's not just fuckery. That's illegal. This is beyond the scope of the book and beyond the scope of my expertise. John and I, when we first wrote the book, called these the go to hell pile. But in fact, they should be called the go to jail pile. We're not going to talk to that 1% or whatever percentage of you would actually be guilty of bribing, fraud, or embezzling, but it is important that you know that's part of fuckery. Okay, now to the ones that you can actually work on. Oh, alrighty, here we go. The silent treatment, smooth talking, and invading. All right, silent treatment. We know what that is, right? It's not a complicated one. Maybe you pull this at home if your partner pisses you off. Maybe when you were a child and you didn't get your way, you'd apply the silent treatment. I'm not sure there's a better example of passive-aggressive behavior than the silent treatment. Now let's be clear. The silent treatment is not the same as silence. It's not the same as holding your tongue or holding back or needing a little bit of time for yourself. The silent treatment is something that is applied while you're burying your hostility as an act of vengeance against someone who did you wrong. And it's meant to hurt. It is meant to say, you are not worth my words. You are not worth my time. If you're a leader, you do not get to exercise silent treatment at any point in time. If you have been wronged, if you do not feel like talking, then you're going to use your big adult words and you're going to say, I am feeling really overwhelmed right now. I am feeling really angry right now. I am feeling really frustrated right now, and I'm going to need some space. We're going to need to come back to this tomorrow. Or I am beyond words right now, and if I don't walk away, I'm going to say something that I regret, so this is me leaving. See, even just that is some ownership of you setting a boundary. You're allowed to set a boundary. You are not allowed to do the silent treatment. Okay, smooth talking. This one has been referenced, I think, in a prior episode when we were talking about manipulating, because one way you manipulate is through some smooth talking. Again, this is what comes to mind when you think about the used car salesman or some schmarmy Wall Street schmuck who's trying to get something out of you. Some people are really good at smooth talking. This is also similar to pandering. It's similar to smoke and mirrors, also both forms of fuckery. Similar to that channel diplomacy where you're only telling people what they want to hear, which is not being direct. It is not speaking the full truth. This is, putting a little sugar on it so that it goes down easier. You're trying to placate, you're trying to silence, you're trying to get someone to go along with you. And it's for your own best interests. It's for your own ego. It is not for the greater good. And therefore, it's going to damage trust. It's going to damage teamwork. It's going to make you look insincere. And usually if people are going to say, Jack is smooth talking, they're thinking you're not trustworthy, right? I mean, just the implications of that word mean that you're salesy, self-invested, unwilling to consider the needs of others. So yeah, don't do that. And the last one, invading. That one I think we can think of in both a physical and emotional context. So do not invade other people's physical space. Do not touch them without their permission. Do not hover over them. Do not get up in their grill. Do not touch their hair. These are all ways that you invade physical space. And the way that you invade personal space or emotional space is asking invasive questions. You don't have a right to dig into my personal life. You don't have a right to dig into confidential areas of work. And if I told you to back out or back off or back away, that you should respect that boundary. Invading could be invading somebody else's lane. It could be being invasive as a micromanaging boss, right? Like, give people the time and space to do their work and to do their job and stay the hell out of the way. That doesn't mean you abandon them. That doesn't mean that you're unavailable, but do not invade their headspace. Do not invade their flow. Do not invade their processes or their systems. Just step off, George, right? Yeah, all right. So that's our lesson for today. If there are additional forms of fuckery that you'd like us to address here, send me an email, put it in the comments. Look us up at RadiusECD.com, and we'll catch you here next time.